Focus, a weekly program about important issues and events in the two Virginias.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this edition of In Focus. This morning, we are putting the spotlight on a couple of upcoming events, including several surrounding Veterans Day. But first, we are going to talk about a fashion show for a great cause. We have some video to share with you. The Wise Women's Center is putting on its annual style show. It's coming up Saturday, November 12th at the Bluefield Arts Center, and it's happening from 7 until 9 p.m. Again, that's Saturday, November 12th. It's a charity fundraiser put on by the local nonprofit WISE. Joining me now to share more information is Gray Peretti. She is the chair of the fundraising committee and one of the founders of WISE. So Gray, thank you so much for joining us.
Absolutely, thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, we're excited to hear from you as well. So let's talk more about WISE Women's Resource Center. What is it? Where is it located? And let's share more about its mission.
Sure, absolutely. So thanks again for having me. WISE Women's Center, actually WISE stands for Women in Search of Empowerment. So that is our goal. We assist women within our community who are in disadvantaged situations. We're really working to help them reach financial independence, and that's through a number of different resources that we offer. One of the first is professional clothing, any type of attire that a local woman needs if she's getting her first job, if she's getting back into the workforce, we provide those resources to her. We also offer career resources, developmental tools to help them how to go through the job interview process. Even something as simple as hygiene items. We work with a number of different women in our community. They're all diversified. Their needs are different. So we work with them in any way they need us to. If we can't assist them, then we will, point them in the right direction of the resource that can help them. The organization, of course, is a nonprofit. We are local. My mother actually founded WISE Women's Center in 2007, so more than 16 years ago. We've been doing this now, and we are here to enable women to, be better in every way possible and just help them to lift them up and provide them with what they need. So we are at 511 Commerce Street in downtown Bluefield. We are open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. So any woman in need can actually stop by the office, and we will then schedule a time for them to come back and just really kind of assess their needs and help them in any way we possibly can.
Well, what a great organization, Gray, started by your mom, and this fashion show sounds like so much fun. So how was it founded? How long has it been around?
Oh gosh, and that's a great question. I'm thinking we've taken a little hiatus. We haven't done it for a few years. I'm thinking this is the 9th, possibly the 10th. So we're excited, especially about this show, because as I mentioned, it's been several years since we've done it. And this particular event is near and dear to our hearts because we are going to have the opportunity to honor, this year it's going to be in honor and memory of the life of Michelle Farley Cormandy. And she was one of the founding members of WISE, a very loyal and dedicated board member. And we're just very excited because this show was something that she was always so helpful with planning. She was always the life of the party and just ready to help in any way possible. So we're just excited to host this event in memory of Michelle this year.
Oh, that's absolutely fantastic. So again, let's talk about the details of the event. We have that information to share once again with our viewers, but it's Saturday, November 12th. And let's share about the time and where it is and how much it costs.
Sure, absolutely. So tickets are available now. It's $30 per ticket to get in the door. They will be available at the door, but tickets are limited. So we do encourage you, all of our local models who are participating in this event are selling tickets. We also have them available at all of the local boutiques that are participating and showcasing their clothing items. You can purchase them on our website at wisewomencenter.org. So we do encourage table reservations. If you have a large group of women or family, friends that want to come to this event, we would recommend you reach out to us to reserve a table, since tickets will be limited and table space will be limited. But yeah, we're excited. We actually have 4 local boutiques who will be showcasing their beautiful clothing and accessories. We have Nancy's Downtown Boutique in Bluefield, Virginia. We have Sweet Pea Hill Boutique in Princeton, West Virginia. Sleeping Dog Galleria in Tazewell, and then Gray and Honey in Bluefield, Virginia. So, the idea here is really to work. It's a partnership between us and these boutiques. We really want to provide exposure and visibility for their beautiful items, want to encourage, everyone to shop local, and then all at the same time being able to raise awareness for WISE and our mission. So it's a win-win for everyone, and we're just really happy to have all of the boutiques participating this year.
And Gray, what's the monetary goal for this year to raise?
You know, I mean, we're a very small organization. You know, we operate on a very minimal budget. We get very few grants. So this is hopefully going to be our largest fundraiser. I'd say the goal is anywhere between 12 to 15,000. So, you know, if anyone would just like to make a monetary donation, that's always, you know, available on our website. There's a little donate now button if you go to wisewomencenter.org. Another thing you can do, don't forget about us on Facebook. You know, the birthday fundraisers are very popular now, and Wise Women's Center is listed as one of those. So if you are, you know, if you're passionate about our mission, we definitely encourage anyone to do a Facebook fundraiser. But yeah, our goal is just to raise as much money as possible. We do have a silent auction as well, I should mention that. We have a number of local vendors who are gracious enough and generous enough to donate lots and lots of wonderful items, jewelry, art, decor, gift certificates, gift cards. So the silent auction will be open and available for everybody to peruse throughout the evening. Also, during the intermission, we will have a special performance from Stars Dance Academy. So that's exciting. We're happy to have them join us this year. They always provide just a lovely bit of entertainment during intermission. And then David's downtown will be the one having the food, so we'll have a nice spread of hors d'oeuvres for everyone to enjoy, and David always does a lovely job with that. So we just want to say a special thanks to David's Downtown and Stars for helping us out as well.
And it certainly does take a community effort to put together a fundraising effort like this, Gray. Are there any other sponsors that you'd like to mention, or any other groups that have really been involved this year?
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Don't forget about my sponsors. We want to say thank you to Frau Roofing, Anytime Fitness, Dr. Robert Edwards, OR Colon and Associates, Blue Well Pharmacy, and also First Community Bank. We couldn't put this event on without the sponsorship, you know, without the sponsors who participate year after year. So we really appreciate their support as well.
So what can we expect the night of the 12th? Are we going to see some models walking down the runway?
I wish we had a runway. We have a stage, so definitely what to expect. A lot of fun, great, you know, great music, great vibe, just a great opportunity. And it's so fun to get to see local women, you know, local women of every age, ethnicity, size, shape. You know, we're just including everyone, and it's so much fun, so empowering for them. And just a great time. If you're looking for a way to get out of the house for a good cause and, you know, see some of the beautiful local fashions and see some of our local beautiful ladies who are participating, we encourage you to come out.
And you mentioned earlier about the mission of WISE. Does it serve women here in Mercer and surrounding counties, or is it mainly Mercer?
It does. I mean, I'm going to be mentioning a project to you here shortly that will be kicking off during the fashion show. But yeah, we serve a number of counties in and around this area. I mean, as far as Raleigh County, McDowell County, Tazewell County, we're looking into potentially Summers County, and so we are kind of all-encompassing in this whole region.
That's so fantastic, and the work you're doing is great, Gray, and your group. So yeah, let's talk about some upcoming projects then. Sure,
absolutely. So one thing I wanted to mention is that during the fashion show, we will actually be kicking off a project that we do every year. It used to be called Baskets of Hope. This year, we have actually changed that to Backpacks of Hope. So unfortunately, during the holiday season, there are a number of women and children who are, you know, displaced from their home. They may be in a domestic violence shelter. They may be homeless. There's just a number of not great circumstances that we find some of these women and children in. So that's when we started Baskets of Hope. Like I said, this year it will be backpacks. So what this is we start to collect these. The kickoff for that is the fashion show. And we'll have more to come on our website, on our Facebook page, but basically it's just a little care package in a backpack, a blanket, some toiletries, a toy for the child, a journal, you know, some comfort food, just something to try to kind of ease them and comfort them in a difficult time over the holidays.
Let's mention that Facebook page and website again for folks to learn more about that and any other projects.
Yes, absolutely. So you can go to our Facebook page, just type in WISE Women's Resource Center, and then the website is actually www.wisewomencenter.org.
Okay. Well, Gray, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me. I hope everybody has a chance to come out and enjoy the fun with us.
Absolutely. Stay with us. We have much more to talk about, including some Veterans Day events coming up in our area. We'll be right back with that. Welcome back to this edition of In Focus, everyone. Now we're going to switch gears. We were talking about fashion in the last segment. Now we're going to talk about some upcoming Veterans Day events. There's a parade coming up in Tazewell. Joining me now to share more information is Jerry McReynolds. He's the chairman of the parade. Jerry, we haven't seen you in a while. Thank you for coming to the studio. It's great to see you here.
It's good to be here.
Absolutely. So let's share more information with our viewers. When exactly is the parade in Tazewell?
November the 6th at 2 o'clock, and it probably lasts about an hour or so. It'll be a good parade. We have some airplanes will be involved overhead, so that's a good thing. And of course, the marching bands will be there, and all of the folks in Tazewell will be there.
Oh yeah, and we actually have some video of last year's event, so we can play that in a moment, and then we have some full, yeah, there we go. There's the information on your screen. So it's coming up the 6th at 2 p.m., and then we can play some video for you of last year's event. But who puts together this parade every year, Jerry?
Well, Flora Sinkford is pretty much in charge, and she's the one that calls me and keeps me kind of lined out. So I answer to her a lot, and the town is really very supportive, and I'm glad to be there working with them.
Absolutely. And you mentioned some airplanes going overhead, and what else can folks expect? Like, who participates in the Tazewell parade?
Well, we'd like to have all the local bands that we can get, naturally, because they're great to have those in the parade. And then all the veterans, naturally, and anybody else that wants to show off their cars or whatever in the parade will be fine.
Why is it important to have this parade right in Tazewell?
Well, Tazewell's a small town, but we're proud of our town, and we like to do things to show that off as much as we can, so the parade is a good way to do that.
Jerry, how long has this parade been happening in Tazewell?
I came back from service in 1978, and I think it's been going on ever since then.
That's fantastic. Why do you think it's important to have this as a way to say thank you to veterans, to those who have served like yourself?
Well, you know, the veterans, they go through a lot that you'll never hear about. And anything that we can do to make them feel better and feel that they have done a great job for this country, we need to do that. And I think the parade is a good way to just honor them.
Is there still time to sign up if someone was interested in participating in the parade?
Oh, absolutely.
How should they go about doing that?
Well, you could call Flora Sinkford at the town hall in Tazewell and put your name on the list, and I'm sure she's got plenty of room. So we would love to have everybody that wants to participate involved.
Perfect. Is there anything that's new or different or that's changed this year compared to past parades?
I can't think of anything different. In fact, we'd like to add on every year.
Yeah.
But it'll be pretty much the same thing that we've had in the past.
Okay. So the airplanes that are flying overhead, who does that? Are those like local pilots? Or?
Yeah, they're local pilots. In fact, I manage the airport at Tazewell also. So
yeah, you stay busy.
I stay a little bit busy. And I asked those guys to help us out, and they're willing to do that. So I think I have 3 committed right now, and maybe 1 larger aircraft that might just fly over is on an individual basis.
Great, and you provided generously this list of what folks can expect. So again, 2 p.m., this is November 6th, so coming up, that's Sunday, November 6th.
Yes.
2 o'clock, so the parade starts. That will be at Tazewell High School where it starts.
It starts at the high school, and then we march all the way through town.
Okay, and then by 3 p.m., the arrival will be at the Ramey's parking lot?
Right.
So roughly an hour, okay. And opening remarks, so we can expect Mayor Hoops to give those remarks?
Yeah, the mayor will be involved in that. Yes, he will. He's a good speaker and loves to do this.
And then, Jerry, you're going to be talking as well?
I will say a little bit, but I've got a real good speaker now that's served in the Iraqi war, so he's going to be my main man.
Okay, and then the invocation is going to be Homer Hardy?
Yes,
Okay.
and he's done this several years in a row, so
Perfect.
I can count on him.
Okay, so he'll be with VFW Post 7136 in Tazewell. And then, of course, we'll have the national anthem, and that'll be Tazewell High Miss Mackenzie Phipps. Mackenzie, she's an excellent vocalist.
She is. Does a great job.
Perfect. And then after that, we can expect the raising of the flag.
Yes.
Okay. And then laying of the wreath.
Yes, we always have a wreath, and that's provided by one of the restaurants in town. So Irma Mitchell, I don't know if you've heard her name or not, but she's a real big supporter.
Great. And where's that wreath laid at?
Her restaurant's right on Main Street. Yeah, right. It's a big 2-story two-story house.
Okay, fantastic. And then you had also mentioned one of the speakers, is it Mr. Marvin Wicks?
Yes.
Going to be talking?
Yes. He's the vet that served in the Iraqi War, so I wanted to get him because, you know, I'd served in the Vietnam War, and he served in the more recent war, so it will bring us up to date on what the military is doing.
Okay, that's excellent. Is there anything else you feel is important that the community should know about the Tazewell Veterans Parade coming up on November 6th?
Well, I just think that everybody needs to come out and make sure that they show their support for these veterans because, you know, they put their life on the line to give us the freedom that we enjoy, to be able to have these parades. And to do that, it costs some lives. So it's a very important thing, I think, to show our respect for those guys.
Right, and to bring out the kids, grandkids, younger generations to learn about that, too.
Absolutely, yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
the young people love the parades, so you can't beat that.
Well, I have to ask, is there candy? Because kids love their candy at parades.
Oh, there'll be plenty of candy. In fact,
There you go, kids.
there might be more than they need.
Yeah, especially you'll have your leftover Halloween candy and then even more candy at the parade, so don't eat too much at once. You might get sick.
That's right.
All right. Well, Jerry McReynolds, thank you so much for joining us in the studio.
Well, thank you so much for having me, and we appreciate you and what you do, and we love the WVVA.
Great. We hope to be there and get some footage of the parade and share that with our viewers, so thank you again, Jerry.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. We'll
Thank
be right
you.
back. Good morning and welcome back to this edition of In Focus. Right now, we are going to put the spotlight on the upcoming Community Veterans Stand Down and Food Distribution event coming up in Princeton. It's an annual event and it's coming up on November 5th at 9 a.m. at the Lifeline Princeton Church of God. That's on Oakville Road. Gates open at 7 in the morning for cars to get lined up. It's free and open to any veteran and their families. And it's not just for Mercer County veterans either. It's open to those in surrounding counties as well. Joining me now to share more information are Marie Blackwell and Roger Topping. Both are committee members for the event. And Marie and Roger are also familiar faces here in Mercer County. Marie and Roger, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, really appreciate you both being here. So Marie, I'll start with you. For someone who's never attended the Veterans Stand Down event, describe exactly what it is.
Oh my goodness, Mel. There are all kinds of items, some of which are on the table here for our servicemen and women and our veterans. There's things for ladies and there's things for our servicemen. And they line up and they come through the distribution area and we make sure that they get all of these fine items. All of the veterans get these things.
Right, that's fantastic. Let's talk about some of the items that are here on the table.
Right here on the left are primarily the items for women. And Roger, you want to talk about the men?
Well, there are some really nice winter gloves here in the front. There are two really nice heavy jackets here, and there's a lightweight jacket in the front there, and there's all kinds of different things. I believe there'll be some shoes.
There will be more.
There will be shoes, and this is just a sampling of what we're going to be giving to the veterans.
This is so fantastic, and I understand that the morning will be full of events, but what's different this year? Marie or Roger, you can jump in here.
This year, we're putting the program at 11 o'clock. The drive-through, the stand-downs at 9, and then at 9:30, the church opens up for the veterans for their breakfast. Them and their families come in and have breakfast, and then at 11, we do the program.
Okay, well that's fantastic as well. So who puts together this event every year and what other groups participate?
Well, it's been a committee of volunteers for a number of years. Judge Omar Abba Hassan has been our chairman and the driving force behind this for many, many years. Dr. Randy Maxwell, Marie, myself, and I know I'm going to forget some people. There's
Stephanie
Compton from Princeton Healthcare, and a couple of gentlemen from the Church of God themselves. And then we have the VA.
Tracy.
They've been a big help. And indeed, they're the ones that have been able to get us these items to provide for the veterans. And there are I couldn't name all the volunteers. There are groups, the Rotarians, some of the churches and everything like that. Concord University baseball team, we couldn't do without those guys.
And the Princeton Rescue Squad.
That's right.
And how many volunteers does it take to put together an event like this?
Oh my goodness, we have at least 100 probably, if not more.
At least
It's-
100, yeah.
Yeah, because with their families, we're looking at maybe like 500 veterans, but with their families, we're looking at anywhere between 800 and 1,000 people to feed. So, and Bojangles comes on board really well, providing biscuits.
Grant's Supermarket, I'm sorry.
And Grant's, yes.
Yeah, Grant's provides the milk and the orange juice. We have just a large community involvement here.
Yes, they all support our veterans, and they really support this event.
And Marie, why do you think it's important to have an event just like this in the community? And this has been happening for a number of years. Why is it important to have this year after year for veterans and their families?
Well, I feel that it's important because we need to let these veterans and our servicemen, even active duty that are in country right now, it's important that they realize that we know what they did for us so that we could have the freedom that we have now. And we need to keep thanking them for the, some gave the ultimate sacrifice. So, I mean, we need to do this, and we're getting more and more like, Desert Storm, and Iraqi Freedom and all that, and we're getting more and more veterans, and we need to let them know how much they are appreciated.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is one way to do that. And Roger, can you add to what Marie was just saying, how this is a great way to say thank you to those who served?
Well, it is a great way to say thank you. I mean, when you are able to take and give back to these service personnel who have given so much for us, and these are just a small token of our appreciation for all the effort that they put into it. And as Marie said, some gave the ultimate sacrifice, and we can't do enough for their families. But this is very much, those of us volunteers that have been at this for a long, long time, this is near and dear to our hearts. So, and I have to interrupt. One important volunteer, they provide all the sausage. That's Princeton Community Hospital.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes.
So they provide the sausage?
Yeah, they cook it and everything,
Yes,
you know.
fantastic.
I almost
Yes.
forgot. Oh, goodness.
Yes,
Yeah.
and Princeton Healthcare is really coming on board, and they're helping us with paper products and everything like that. You know, like Melinda, I've told you this before, that when a veteran deploys, their spouse or their family deploys with them as well.
Right.
So we need to thank the families of the veterans as well, because it's a tough road.
Right, exactly. It's not just the veterans, it's those family members. And also, again, this is not just for Mercer County veterans and families, right?
Exactly. If you're traveling through the area and you are a veteran and your family, you are more than welcome to come to this breakfast.
We invite anyone, veterans from all over there, not just West Virginia, but they can come over from Bland County or
Yeah.
Tazewell County, and please come
All
and
over.
join us. You know.
Yeah, absolutely. So again, cars can start lining up at 7 a.m. This is all happening on Saturday the 5th. And again, let's talk about the logistics in case folks missed it and they're just tuning in. Let's talk about what time and where and all of that so folks can get that information as well.
All right, they will start lining up at 7 and come around the back of the church and come in where the distribution is. And then after they receive their items, there's a special area that will be designated for them to park. And then they can come in and enjoy the breakfast and the program that we're doing.
Right, and it's Lifeline Church off Oakville Road in Princeton.
Yes, that's right.
Exactly.
And I think, isn't the health department going to be there?
Do what?
Is the health department going to be there?
I believe they
I
are.
believe they're going to be giving flu shots.
Okay, I was just going to ask that. Would flu shots be available for those who are interested
I'm
too?
pretty sure the health
I
department's
believe
going
I
to be
saw
there.
that
yes.
email.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's also important. We have just a little bit of time left. Marie, do you have any concluding thoughts for our viewers who are watching this morning?
Just that I'd like to thank each and every service personnel for all that they have done for us and their families. And we hope that you will take this opportunity to come out and let us thank you for what you have done.
Are there still volunteer opportunities available?
Yes, ma'am. We
Yes.
never turn anyone away who wants to help us.
Exactly.
So if someone is interested in volunteering, how should they go about getting in touch then?
They can contact contact me, and I think that number's on that flyer. But anyway, it's 304-888-1718, and we'll get you something to do without
you to
any
work.
problem.
It won't be hard. We've got plenty to do.
Okay,
Right.
and just even smiling at the veterans and their families and helping, serve them, that can go a long way too.
Exactly.
Taking a few moments to say thank you and
Yes.
walk around and,
Yeah.
and introduce yourself and say thank you for your service means a lot.
Means a lot.
It really does.
All right, and Roger, we have about 30 seconds left. Concluding thoughts from you.
Well, we have the greatest country in the world, and we have the freedoms that have been given to us by the people who have served us over a couple hundred years or more. And we need to say thank you for all they have done to give us the freedoms that we have.
Yeah, absolutely. And I want to thank both of you for coming in as well and sharing information about this event. That, again, it's a staple here in our community. Every November, it's been happening in Princeton. So thank you so much.
We want to thank you, and we want to thank WVVA for their support of this event.
Absolutely. Thank you, Mel.
Marie and Roger, thank you again. And viewers, thank you all for tuning in. That does it for this edition of In Focus. We'll be right back here next Sunday at 9 a.m. Have a great day.